We need to work on some page designs. For those that missed the live, this is my first page, which is small circles added to either side, and in between those circles tiny little characters like they're falling down the rabbit hole. I finished it off by adding some clock faces, a bit of white gesso to smooth out the background. So that's my opening page on my light Alice. This page I want to do a flip, but the way I'm going to do it is to use a junk mail envelope. So I've prepared some stuff in advance, some windows, some junk mail envelopes, some paper, some more paper. To cover this with paper, there are two ways you can do it. You can do it with pieces of scrap, which we'll do with this one, and also a whole sheet. What we need to do to be able to know where that hole is going to be is to take a pencil, colour around the window area. Take our paper, we're going to rub around the window line. Obviously we can't see exactly where it is, but we can feel where it dips for the window. So if you rub around that area, you should catch it. Hopefully you have a transfer that you can now follow to cut out. You want to cut inside of the lines that you've drawn. That would then cover our window area. If you think there's too much glue, just run your finger along it to take off the excess. This is the delicate bit, trying to line this up. Move that into place and cut off the excess. Now we've done that, we want to create the score line for our turn. Grab a tool and run a score line down that. Turn it over, bone folder that down. I'm going to cut away the corners on that hinge. When you flip that, you see that it's a junk mail envelope. You can make it a pocket by adding a backing paper but only gluing 3 sides of it. I'm going to make some hinges on this pocket. To make the hinges, I'm going to go all the way round. Created those score lines, I'm going to attempt to fold along them. That tiny little corner at the bottom here, I can cut out. We'll be gluing this way, just remembered. We need to glue inside of the hinge we've already created so that it fits and makes the pocket. Glue that down. Now when it flips, you've still got things showing, so you can decorate the back of here with another piece of paper. So now when you add this to the page, you will have a pocket. I need to trim the top of it off. And when you flip that pocket open, you have a space you can write on the back of the pocket and a scene to look at. I want to add my hinging to the backing, the decorative paper here. Because this won't be seen, once we've checked whether it opens and closes, we can take some masking tape or washi tape, whatever you prefer to use. Make sure that is totally down. I am not too worried about that line. If you are, you can put some white gesso over it. You could stain it with some ink. I will demonstrate doing that for those that want to do that. Run it down the center. It will go onto the paper because no one is trying to be a perfectionist artist here. Because I've got those faded edges here, I'm going to do it all the way round. Then I'll take some distress ink. I'm going to go around the edges. Ooh, okay. So now I've got quite bold. I will put that on the page first and then that on top. Now we need to glue this page onto our journal. I'm just going to take some measurements for my tag. 6 centimeters width 12 centimetre drop. Cut my tag to size. I'm going to take a piece of the paper and put it over that tag. Here's the tag. We're not going to do anything too fancy here. We're going to cut the corners off using my template, which is simply a piece of plastic with a corner cut off. I think that's a little steep for me, so I will take some off the top here and then punch a hole in it. Trim off some excess. That will fit into our flip window pocket. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Okay, for a future page, not necessarily the next page, we're going to decorate this using the scraps that we have. This task is something you could do en masse, so that you do several windows at once. Where we have a straight line, go down that with some glue, line that up along the window edge, going slightly over it. Once that side's done, you basically want to repeat the same process on the reverse. I'm going to add a hinge onto this so it will flip, and to do that I've chosen a piece of scrap that actually has been printed on both sides. Fold it in half, and I've trimmed off some of that excess. Put that on there. Now it's going to flip this way. I'm going to show you what I ended up doing with the patchwork junk mail envelope flip, because I ended up making it into another pocket page. So further on in the journal, so it doesn't clash with that one, and on the alternative side, I decorated the edge of my window and added a small tuck spot and tag. Then when you flip it open, so you can hold that to flip it, you have a tuck spot on this side with a small piece of ephemera, and of course your base page here, and everything was edged in that wilted violet. There are so many different ways that we can use the windows from junk mail envelopes. I have here for my dark Alice a piece of paper, and what I will do initially is cut a frame from here on the reverse. I want to cut slightly outside of that. Then we're going to glue our junk mail window to our paper. I'm going to take the picture frame and place that over. Now I have a window in a piece of paper for my dark Alice journal. That will need cutting down, it's a little large at the moment. With this version for my dark Alice, I've added the hinges straight to the window, and that would make a pocket in itself. If you put it on a background page, then you would have your pocket there, and that would just sit in the journal, no flips, nothing like that. Of course, I've yet to add the base pages to my dark Alice, even though my black card has now arrived, so I will be doing that, and I'll create a couple of page designs using these in the dark Alice. They'll just be upside down. I'm sure you have other ideas of what you could use junk mail window envelopes for. I also use the offcuts as pockets, but we can do that another time. I'll catch up with you very, very soon. Bye!